Hello everybody and welcome to episode 22 of Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode. I hope you're doing fantastic. I did a few things in between episodes, in between actually the episode 20 and episode 21, but everything is time travel right now because I'm pre-recording, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so up here we have Cobblestone, this dense Cobblestone generator, generating Cobblestone into this drawer. You can see it bounces up to 2000 and then it just gets all drained. And it's basically just compressing it down to the octuple compressed, which we had one from, I think we got it from a quest reward. So we currently made 2 septuple compressed cobblestone in the time I set this up, or since the time I set this up. So that is, it's kind of slow. I mean, it makes 512 cobblestone every second. So I guess it's okay, but it's decent. And I kind of changed the Stoneworks factories. I don't have them here right now. I just need to grab some chiseled sandstone to replace this back so it looks nice and kind of pretty-ish. So basically we have one making dust, one making regular cobblestone, because I have a storage bus. If we put this on, I have a storage bus here that is doing the octuple, and then I have a storage bus here doing the regular cobblestone, because this one is never going to have cobblestone, so I would be pretty much out of cobblestone in the system entirely if I added this over here and everything got compressed down to the octuple. So basically we just have cobblestone here, and all of them are on level emitters to emit when levels are below limit. And this one is set to, I think, 6 million. The dust is constantly running because, or constantly turning on and off because of the sifting. And this guy is also constantly on and off because of the sifting, and the gravel is currently just on because I was out, because I used up too much, I guess, and it just didn't work well, because 2 of the gravel sieves produce or use gravel, I should say, and apparently one of these wasn't enough, but right now it is. I might have missed an upgrade or something, but it is right now, and we're at 48,000 since I set this up back. And then over here on this side, we have one making stone bricks, glass, polished stone, silicon. I also changed the silicon to the other type, and it's currently running to fill up the 300,000 silicon. And then this one is sandstone, which is also running, I think, on 300,000. Yeah, I just moved the sandstone out of a compacting drawer because we don't really necessarily have to have it in a compacting drawer, so it's just there now. And everything else pretty much is the same. I tore down this smelting factory that I had, and we're gonna set up these. I currently haven't configured anything, but basically this way we can have each one of these like on and off, so we don't constantly produce, or we don't just have a thing where the drawer is filled and if I take something out it goes back into my ME storage, and it's just like gonna be weird. So we're gonna have, for example, this guy set on an export bus, and this should be no problems if we do a smelting factory output on the left, auto eject on, and input on the back, and I just can turn those 2 off. And then we can grab one of these and say, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4,096, for example, if we wanted that. And I need some conduits in the back because I haven't gotten those set up yet. So we need just one here. We can take that one out as well. That had a limited item filter. And we can say an extract always active, insert. So that should always just extract that stuff until we see this guy be off, basically, and we need to set this guy to be redstone high. So this can emit a signal when levels are below limit. So that should turn on. And I'll just set all of these to high so I don't forget, because at some point I forgot one and it produced too much. So for the clay, we're gonna say export clay. We can also give it one acceleration group would be fine. We need an input on the back, auto eject on, output on the right, and then we need a conduit, like so. Just gonna set one up again, just so you can see if you missed it the first time. And then we need one of you to be, let's say 4,496. Okay, and that is currently really, really slow. We need to auto sort on. Oh, it probably doesn't have power. Why do you not have... Oh no, it's redstone disabled. Haha. We need to emit when levels are below limit. And then we need upgrades. Upgrade. I made a bunch of these at some point, so we can just right click them on all of the machines that don't have them yet. I think it's all of them. Oh, the first one has it. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let me just finish this one and I'll do the rest off camera. Okay, so anything that we need constantly of a thing being smelted, we can add to this one. I also need to add the crushed quartz because we have a lot of that. So we're just gonna put you here, say crushed quartz, and then the level limiter is gonna be on like 35,000, I guess. Even we don't need that much, and we're probably never going to use that much in limit when levels are below limit. Okay, let me set the rest of these up, and then we can continue. One thing that I want to show you is the configuration in the Danknull. It is really cool. There is a Danknull docking station which can extract items, or which can be, the Danknull can be placed on it, and then items can be extracted by hoppers or other means of transporting items. And basically you can, if you look at over here, you have control click, alt click, P click, O click. And if you control click, you can change to extract all, do not extract, extract all but 1, extract all but 16, or extract all but 64. So I set most of these, the gravel, the netherrack, the soul sand, the limestone, clay, basalt, dirt. The laboratory blocks I don't care about because I can probably just actually take all of these out and then toss them back in so they go in the end. Because I've been using laboratory blocks and dark glass to build, and it's just easier to put it in a Danknull than have it in an inventory, because the Danknull works with the unbreakable wand and I can just pull it out, which is really cool. The charred cobblestone, charred stone, marble, and all that, andesite, granite, diorite, those three I don't need. I'm keeping the cobblestone and the stone because that's useful for building, and it's just, we have automatic production of everything, and it would just get voided if I tossed it in the system. So that is pretty cool. And the docking station I decided to put over here. I have an ender chest with an importer, and then I could probably, you know what? I could, instead of using a transfer node, I have an idea. Now that I think about it, I can probably just put an importer. So if we go back here, and if we, let's say, put it right here, I guess it's fine. And then we grab some cable. We need one dense and then some smart. And we'll just put a dense one here and then smart. And we can probably get away with using an importer on here. Yeah, that should work. And then I can just give it some acceleration upgrades like that. And that should just import everything as soon as I toss it on, and we can grab a facade. Do I have one of these or 4 of these? Ah, magical. Okay. So I don't even need a transfer node and waste GP, which is really cool. Okay, so that sorts out our Danknull, which is really cool. I just watched a video on it and it's really nice and neat. Okay, this quartz grindstone I'm using to do ender pearls for these demonic drums because you can only do pulverizers otherwise. Okay, I think we have everything ready to make the next tier of the frame. So we can make this RFTools frame. I just need to, if we look at frame, it's going to find a lot of other things in frame and then add RF. There we go. Machine frame. So we need to set up the dry rubber and the tiny dry rubber. That can be easily set up, I think. And I mean, I think the rubber or the plastic can be made with essence. No. Only the rubber essence. I don't know if they enabled rubber essence, but we need to set up this. The heat vents are iron plates, which we have, iron bars, which we can craft, electric motor, which is tin item casing, that can be crafted. And it's the same thing if we use a hammer or if we put it in the metal former. And then these coils are better to be crafted in a metal former, which we can set up to use an ingot for these copper cables, or we can just set up a recipe for cutters and make it that way, because we're not going to probably need that much of this. So to set up recipes, we will need the pink slime we have, the machine case recipe we have. So the electric motor, we need the copper cable, so we need the cutter like that. And then I just need to toss it in. I don't know if I have hammers and stuff over here. Do I have a regular hammer recipe? I don't think so. We're gonna probably have to set it up. Actually, no, we don't, because we have plates and metal presses. So we don't need that. So that'll be that. And I think what I need to do here is allow OR dictionary substitutions, because that is gonna OR dict the different cutters, whereas normally it wouldn't. So that is good. And we can then, I'm clicking on all the wrong things. Coils, one of those. And then the next recipe would be electric motors. So that's tin casings, which is gonna be a hammer. It's going to be this hammer. We're going to allow substitutions. And then I'm going to turn off substitutions because this is going to be weird otherwise. So we need that. And then I need a hammer recipe. So we need to get into here. Casing. Hammer. Thank you very much. And we'll toss this over by here. Okay. So that should be the electric motor. Nice. I don't specifically have a system of placing those in, but then we can do that. And I don't know if I have iron bars as a recipe. No. So let's set that as well. Okay. And that should be, I think, it for what we need. Let's put the bars where I have vanilla items. Yeah, I don't have bars. Okay, so that should be the heat vents and pink slime. And we can do the range add-on tier 0. Let's do, well, range add-on, because this is just cobblestone plastic. Yeah, let's do this one. I think I have a glass panes, and we can look at uses, and that makes machine frames. Awesome. So the range add-on, I'll just toss here. Doesn't matter. And the machine frame I have here. Can we craft machine frame? Have everything. We're missing dry rubber. Okay, so that's the only thing that we need to set up. Alrighty, let me get the machines out. We have the tree fluid extractors. We need the latex processing unit. So let me set these up somewhere. I don't know really where, but I'll find a place and set them up. I decided to put the tree fluid extractors back here in the behind the scenes, behind the cloches, because we don't really need to see this, and it's ugly to set up top in the way we have machines in the walls, so I just put it over here. And I have a portable tank that's going to store the 32 millibuckets of latex, which we can increase in the, if we wanted to. If we grab a kit, I think we can make this kit now. Haha. And we can give it 128 millibuckets. That's fine. Okay, we could probably even make this kit, because I have, I automated in between episodes fused quartz, so we can even get this kit. And then the signalum we don't have, and we can get cryothium though. But okay, so up top, extraction cables extracting into here. I have a fluid storage bus filtered with latex, or partitioned with latex on priority 10. And then I have an export bus here going into this mechanical user that's going to be keep on placing the acacia wood that's in the upper left slot only, and that should be good. I tried using the formation plane, and I forget how you have to use these. It's weird, and I'm going to get to it when we automate living wood and living rock, probably, is when we're going to need those. If I want to remember how to use those, I could just use placers and breakers or something. But yeah, that is good. I just went underneath the cow, so I don't have to make stone facades, but we can put the cow back so we can get the milk again. And that should be good. I could make a facade if we grab anchors. If we grab a couple of these and then grab some stone, we can make stone facades, and I can toss one up here. There we go. That's nice and covered. I also didn't mention, but at in between episodes at some point, I added lit redstone lamps all around here because it looks much nicer than torches. And even though we still have some torches somewhere, but it's all good. Okay, so that's the latex. And then we need the latex processing unit. And we probably would want two of these. One to just make the dry rubber, and the other one to make the things into plastic, because we're also going to need plastic, unless we can just actually, no, we can just filter everything and it's just going to backlog. Okay, so let's grab plastic. I'm just going to grab all of it out of the system if I can. Awesome. And we're going to put the plastic right over here. And I'm doing the bottom ones that are on the left, so we're going to do that. And then the latex processing unit can be here, and we can grab another tank. One of these guys, the fluid storage tank. Fluid storage. This. It's too large to craft. I don't have a... I have tanks. Okay. So we're going to grab you. Then we need an export. Export. One of these. And I think I'm going to have to go grab a bucket of latex for this to work. Okay, so let's go grab a bucket of latex. There we go. We can toss this in here and that's going to export. Awesome. We can then go over to the back here and grab some fluid conduit. And we're going to place that right here and right here. And the item connection we can disable. This can be set to extract, always active. Insert, we don't need to extract from here. So this should start producing that as soon as we give it water. We have water on a storage bus, right? Yes. And we can do, if I grab this, we can do another export bus. I mean, I don't even need the tank, to be honest. But I will just have it so I can see it. And we're going to do that and water. Because I don't really need to. And the water tank can be on bottom. Latex tank can be on the back. So that should start exporting. We'll just give it some acceleration upgrades so it keeps up. And then we can grab some Tesla upgrades and toss those in here. Speed and that. And we're probably not producing latex fast enough, so we can get like double the setup of that. And that's making tiny dry rubbers. So we do need to craft them into dry rubbers. Okay, let's do this. Let's grab this latex tank. Grab this. We're gonna redo a little bit. So take that off. Take this. We're gonna grab a capacity card, water, speed upgrades, or acceleration cards, and then the latex processing unit, and then a crafter. Can I do a compacting drawer? That would be lovely, but I probably not. Nope. Okay. So crafter, we can just use an analog crafter. I think it'll be fine. Actually, we're gonna do this one because it looks nicer. And we're gonna put you here. Okay, let me get this configured because it's gonna take me uno momento. So I have this set up over here. We have the latex processing unit. The thing that you need to worry about this is put the water first in the middle and then latex in the other one, because the export bus is trying to export all of the latex right away, and the water has to drain to 0, and then the latex has to fill up all the way, or empty all the way, but the latex is constantly being produced, so it's just kind of slow basically otherwise. So then I have just the crafter with dry rubber. I just decided to fill all of this with dry rubber. It doesn't have to be, you can fill it with stone bricks and just keep a stack, but that way it's just gonna make a bit of a backlog, which is fine. And I have then a level emitter set to 1024 to emit when the levels are below limit. This is set to on to activate. And this is now not showing the dry rubber because I clicked on it with an empty hand. Okay, and then the dry rubber is going into here and getting exported into this basic smelting factory to be produced into plastic. So this is gonna produce until our 3 are filled up with 3 stacks of it once this turns off, basically. And this is set to redstone high as well. So once this fills up, that's gonna stop, that's gonna backlog, and then this is gonna backlog to 1024. So that's gonna take a moment. So what we can do, probably, for the time being, to speed up the entire process, we can just go back here and grab our time in a bottle, and we're just gonna do this on all 4 of these. So that'll produce latex much, much faster. You can see the latex going up. It's probably faster than we can process it, but we have 288 millibuckets of storage for this, so we should be fine to fill up a little bit of a backlog of latex. Okay, So that is it. I think what we can do next is try and go spawn the wither. Do we have any dry rubber left over, first of all? Or I'll just wait until we get a little bit of dry rubber, just so I can craft that that frame. First of all, this is gonna stop any moment now, and we can unlock the gate to RFTools, and then we can slowly get to thermal expansion as well, which is gonna be cool. So yeah, let me wait on that, and we can then go and do the whole wither killing. And by waiting on that, I mean I can toss. That's gonna get exported right away. So let's do tank. No, frame. What I'll do is, this is gonna still be missing 2 dry rubbers. Yeah. What we'll do is I'm gonna turn this off for the moment, and then put in the dry rubbers, and then we can request a frame. Yes, start machine frame. RFTools. Gate. Will you unlock? Text submit. Okay. Is a choice reward. We can get a power cell, an energy cell, or an advanced energy cube. We have energy cubes. I think I'll take the power cell once it allows me to. Thank you. I'll take the power cell. Or do we get all of it? No, just the power cell. Because power cells are useful. We can transfer with power cells power cross-dimensionally. And what is the recipe for this? Power cell. You are the frame or a simple power cell, which is again a frame, and nether quartz and redstone. And this is just a machine frame, diamonds. And then you can get an advanced one with the fused diamonds, which is dimensional shards, which we can craft, to be honest, because we have all of these in the system. And then the creative power cell is a whole nother thing. Okay. So we have machine frames now. We can get into RFTools. We can get into probably a builder, but we don't need to because we have sieve operations for everything. But what I wanted to do is go get nether stars. So what we can do is we can go to the end portal and then go to the end. And hopefully I will check my friggin' ring before I jump off, because hopefully this starts working. Yeah, this works right away. The ring of the flying squid was weird. There's still a grave over there from me. I don't think there's anything important in it. But what we can do is we can automate the wither here, because this is just gonna work fine. We can just add a mob crusher and kill it over here, and then this can be a wither builder. Can it though? Can the wither builder spawn sideways? I don't think it can. So we might not be able to, unless we use users. We could do it with users. That could work, and just have a 3 wide like this, and then 3 here for the users. That will work for the wither skeleton skulls. The wither builder is really nice though, because it builds the wither for you, and you don't need any sort of mechanical users or anything. It's just does a 3x2 upwards. So we would need some sort of wither proof block if we want to do this. I mean, with the wither probably dies right away, so we can probably just use dark steel. We might be able to do that. Yeah. Okay, let me go. I'll go in creative, and I'll do a little bit of a test, and I'll come back once I'm ready. And we maybe can set this up down at bedrock level in the base, or put it in the end if that's gonna work. Okay, I'll be back in a moment. I decided to bring you in on the wither test. We have some soul sand in here that I just got, so we can grab that, and these are gonna make 21, so that should be plenty for what we need at the moment. 2 stacks would be fine. We're gonna set you to always active. We're just gonna let you place 1 of these. Okay, and then we're gonna give you 1, 2, 3 skulls, so that should be a wither. And this guy's always active, so this should hopefully work, and the wither won't break loose or break any blocks around it unless or the nether rack. Nope, that works. Oh, it did break the iron bars. Which one did you break? Oh, the ones on top. It didn't break the ones on the bottom though. I mean, if we place them up high enough so that it doesn't destroy them. So hold on, let's just do like this much, and then grab these. And then we give it similar for soul sand and skulls. Let's see if you break those on top again. But this should work. We don't really need reinforced obsidian or anything, nor do we need to trap the wither in anything. Oh no, it does. Oh, hello. Stop it. Stop. There you go, you're dead. Okay, so it does break the iron bars once it explodes. Yeah, that's not gonna work though. We would need to kill it instantly, and this grinder is probably more expensive. It is crystal swords from Astral Sorcery, which is luminous crafting with rock crystals, and electrical steel, mob crusher, charged draconium, which we need combination crafting for. Looks like it. And my inventory is full of things. Okay, and I need to sneeze. Okay, so this won't work. So I need some sort of way. We can just use mechanical users, place it in the end where we have the bedrock, and that should be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna prepare an ender chest with wither skeleton skulls. The soul sand we currently don't have yet, so we probably should automate that before we do anything else with the wither. So we can get to soul sand to nether seeds with magic, or we can do which one? I think for the moment we're just gonna go somewhere down here. Whoops, no. I'm going up. Somewhere down here in the back, we're just gonna have possibly like this 5x5 and this 5x5 of mycelium we can do. Possibly like that and like that. Just place mycelium, and then we can just export sand and put it into some barrels. We can probably even put it in the corner, but no, here's gonna be fine. Okay, so let me grab mycelium and put things away. We did get 2 nether stars as well. We can toss all of these away. And mycelium, have a bunch. Okay, so let me set this up. I'm gonna need to craft a bunch of barrels, and that should be good. I decided to set it up in a different spot because I couldn't really fit in 64 barrels is easily downstairs. So I just need to grab an achacha wood so we can cover up this hole where I have a storage bus underneath. The cable's running underneath here, as you can see. I have a level emitter with 50,000 emitting when levels are below limit. We're gonna say active with signal is what we're gonna do. And we have sand being exported into this drawer, and then I have an extract, as I said, and as soon as we set an insert on this, we should start seeing insert on red. We should start seeing soul sand being made. Yeah, there we go. It made, I think, a stack or so. And then the witch water is gonna transform. It is kind of slow, but I assume these ones in the middle are faster. And for example, now I can see which ones I missed with my conduit probe, because you should be extracting on red. Did I miss anything else? Seems okay. I'll keep an eye on it and see if we have any. I think it was just that one because we got 127, but it is slowly making soul sand. I think this is not going to be fast enough to keep up with the sieves, so I don't have the sieve configured right now. I just disabled the export over here to do soul sand because it made when I tossed all of my soul sand from this danknull, or from the danknull, when I tossed it in the system, it went into the save, and there was a bunch of gas tiers in here because I don't have a storage for that. So this is pretty much soul sand. So we can use this for the wither. It probably will not be fast enough. I don't know. We can just limit how fast we spawn the wither so we keep up with the soul sand. Okay. And for the sieving, we're gonna get to the seeds and use the soul sand essence for that one probably. So that should be good. Okay, let me also just set the priority on this. I don't know if I did, and the partition. Do priority 10, yep, and partition. Because if I don't set priority 10, if I toss the disk drives through, or the disks through this IO port, the 5 is higher than 0, and it goes into here, everything. That's why I had like Electrum in the disks or something, and I solved that by tossing it through and configuring the right things on the storage buses. Okay, let me see what time it's on the episode, and if we have time, we're gonna go do the whole wither thing now that we have soul sand. But yeah, I'll check the time and we'll be back shortly. I think we're pretty much at the end of the episode. We're gonna get to automating the wither next episode, so that should be good. And over here, this is already backlogging, so it's gonna make 1024 of the dry rubbers, so we can use that to make more RFTools machine cases, which is really cool. And with that, I want to thank you all for watching. I'm hoping you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Also, consider subscribing to see new videos. Support me on Patreon if you want, and I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great one. Bye-bye.